everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So I know that I'm a day late on uploading this video. Yesterday, my second job got a little bit crazy. I didn't get off until later in the night. So I ended up just taking the night to spend with my husband, try to relax. We've been watching Stranger Things, so we're trying to catch up on that. We just started season 4, so we watched, the first episode of that season. And then I kind of fell asleep a little bit early, so again, I apologize for that. But I have a great video for you today because I just got my tickets a few days ago for Authors in the Bluegrass, which is a book convention that's going to be in Lexington, Kentucky. It's going to start towards the end of September. I will be there September 30th, and then October 1st is whenever they have their main event where you can go and meet all the authors, get signings, different things like that, and it's from like 12 to 6. And then of course, Sunday we'll be driving back home, but I am so excited. I cannot wait to go. So I wanted to kind of talk about some authors and their books that I am interested in meeting, maybe get a signing or two. Granted, I made a list of all of these authors and their books that I love, or that I've read, kind of a little bit of the synopsis and maybe a sample of the book, and I love it. So I won't be able to buy all of them. I wish I could, but I would absolutely have no room to put them. So, this is just a list. I'm hoping to at least get quite a few of these done, at least if nothing else, meet the authors, because I love their work. I love their books, and what better thing to do than meet them and just kind of talk everything about their books. The main reason why I'm going is because Rebecca Garcia will be there. She is the author of the Fate of the Crown series. She also has her Embracing Darkness collection, which is made up of standalone novels that are set in the same world, but they consist of different characters and different parts of that world, which Spellbound and Heart of a Witch is the two standalones currently that are out for that. And then of course her brand new series that she started, which is Shadow Kissed and Midnight Crown, which is releasing this month as well. So I am super excited. As soon as I heard that she was announced as a author that will be there, I went online, I bought the tickets, I purchased the hotel room. My husband was all for it because I haven't been to a book convention yet, and I am so excited to go. I can't wait to meet more people that have the same love for books with me and meet the authors. So can't wait to meet Rebecca. She is absolutely fabulous. Wonderful author. Love her books. I found her whenever she had her Fate of the Crown series out, which is a YA fantasy romance book. And it was so good, and her books have just gotten even better the more that she comes out with them, only because I feel like they're becoming more adult, and her Shadow Kiss series is very dark. So definitely in for that. You got dark romance, you got a lot of taboo and kinks in there, and you also have some spice to it, and it's a fantasy. So all of the things that I love off that checklist. So let's talk about some of the authors that I'm excited for. I will post, I'm not going to give descriptions of all of the books, but I will post a picture of the books as I am talking about them. So in no order, these are all alphabetical order that I wrote them down from the announcement that Authors in the Bluegrass has out for all the authors that are confirmed. Granted, some authors have had to back out due to, other reasons of not being able to be there. New authors are added. So of course my list could either grow or shrink depending on if the authors are able to be there or not. So the first one is From Salt to Sky by Adrienne Lee. Love this book. I have read it. It is so amazing. I am hoping that I can get one signed by her. And then you have Purgatory, which is by Amy Harmon. I haven't read this book yet, but I have read like a sample, and I am super excited to meet her. And then you have Falling for Him by Amy Stevens. I have read this, super good. So I can't wait to meet her. You have Remind Me by Anne Marie Walker. And then you have Something That Could Last by Ashley Cade. I haven't read this one yet, but again, sounds so amazing. And then there are quite a few books by this next author. Fabulous author. I've read some of these books. Some of them I haven't yet, but it's Casey Bond is the author. I do like When Wishes Bleed. I like her Gravebriar series. I like Things That Should Stay Buried. The Fairy Tale Seven Kingdoms series that she has, Glamour of Midnight, and then of course High Stakes. So that's quite a lot of books. Probably not going to get all of those or all of them signed. I think if I was to pick some from this list that I would absolutely want signed is probably When Wishes Bleed and Gravebriar, because they are so good. And then you have Cora Kinborn, who writes Blurred Red Lines and Darkest Deeds. Oh my goodness, are they dark, and they're so good. Then you have Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton, Hunting Adeline, and Shallow River. I have read Haunting Adeline, and then I've also read Does It Hurt. It's the new hype book that you've heard going around TikTok and BookTube. It is like a thriller, but it's dark. It is really, really good. I loved it. I didn't really think that I would like a book that had kind of a thriller mystery vibe in it, because that's usually not a book that I will gravitate towards. However, the way that it's written, I know that there are quite a lot of booktubers out there that have absolutely hated this book, and then there are some that have loved it. So I don't really think there's a gray area in there. I think this is one of those books that you are going to either love or you are going to hate. You're not going to be in between for it. So definitely pick that up, but check the trigger warnings. It is dark, so I would, highly recommend, proceeding with caution with that one. Then you have India R. Adams, who writes Serenity and Rain. I have not read these either, but of course, another one that I have on my TBR that I am most excited for. You have Curse and Craving by Jill Ramsauer. Haven't read these either, but, it's one of those, books that I would love to pick up. I mean, I'm definitely getting a pretty hefty, book list here, so I don't think the husband is going to let me get all of these. Then we have The Games We Play by Katie Ray. Then you have a few by Lucia Franco that I would really love. I'm sure that, you've probably heard of these books and or read them. The Off Balance series, Hush Hush, Say Yes, and of course The Beautiful and the Damned. I've read Hush Hush and I've read the Off Balance series, and it is so good. Then you have Curebound by M.L. Philpott. Then you also have Finding Olivia by Michaela Smeltzer. Michaela Smeltzer writes a few other books that I think a lot of people have absolutely loved. I haven't gravitated towards them yet. They are kind of taboo, but at the same time, I feel like they're pretty hyped right now, and sometimes I gravitate towards hyped books, and then other times I'm kind of like, I want to wait. I want to wait until kind of the hype dies down, because I don't want to build myself up and just think, oh, these are going to be amazing books, because so-and-so read it, or I've read all of these reviews, heard so much about it. And a lot of times, in just my experience, if I go in with the expectation that they are going to be above amazing, they are going to be these most epic books, because they're so hyped. Sometimes there's a lot of times that I just either rated a 1 or 2 star because my expectations were set so high that I had this level of expectation. I read it, there might be a scene or, a series of pages that either don't set well with me, or I feel like it's off. I feel like the story could have had more or less to it. And, then by the time I get done with the book, I am just so aggravated because I went in with such an expectation, which is one reason why if there is a book that I find, whether it's browsing the Kindle Unlimited, whether it's browsing the Audible catalog the free Audible catalog that you get whenever you are a member, or if I'm in my local library, if it's a book that I've never heard about, and I, at least see that it hits one or more of the genres that I gravitate towards, I'll pick it up. I won't really read much about it. I don't want to read reviews, don't want to nothing. I want to go in not knowing anything. And that's whenever the books usually, are ones that I love, I adore, I can't get enough of. So, that's why I'm not really going to be picking up or reading some of her other books at the moment. So the next one, you have Rachel Lee, who wrote 4, Savage Games, His Hollow Heart, and Striker. I have read 4. I have read His Hollow Heart. I haven't read the other 2, but they are definitely on my TBR. Then you have Revelation by Randy Cooley Wilson. Great book. Love it. I cannot wait to meet the author and get a signed copy. And then, of course, another one that you have probably heard a lot about, Sarah Kate. I Want to Get Burned for Me and Gravity. I know that she has, her new series that has out that's very hyped right now. Again, I haven't really gravitated towards it yet. And then the last one is probably the most hyped series that is on my list at the moment. And granted, I, again, don't really gravitate towards hyped books, but Bookish Box is doing a set of these, a special edition set, which is on my radar to get. But it's also about the Fae. Sounds really amazing. It's Savage Lands by Stacey Marie Brown. I have started the series, the first book. It didn't fully grip me because I just didn't understand a lot of the times, like how the main character can get herself in so many situations in just a short amount of time. So it didn't really hit home for me, but I have not given up yet because I know that it's probably going to be a book that I will absolutely love. So I want to get those read before I go to Authors in the Bluegrass. So at least I can have her sign my paperback copies. And, then of course I'm going to get the Bookish Box set as well once that comes out. So those are probably the authors that I'm most hyped about meeting, getting some of their books. Granted, my husband is not going to let me get all of these books on the list. He's going to tell me that we just don't have the money for it. But I at least wanted to have a list of what I was aiming for. And then at that point, whenever I'm there, I can kind of, narrow that down to maybe a few books. And I will update everybody while I'm there. I'm going to be doing a vlog of my time there. And then maybe if some of the authors don't mind, maybe getting a picture with me, I can put it on my booktube, things like that. So definitely be looking out for that video to come out the week after. So it'll be like October 8th, I believe, whenever that video will be uploaded. But I'm so excited. I will be going. My husband and I are just making it a trip. We usually don't go anywhere together. If we do take any vacations, it's usually out to North Carolina where his family is. And so we don't really ever get a vacation where it's just us to just kind of get away. So we're really excited for that. So if there are any other authors that you know of that are going to Authors in the Bluegrass and any books that you recommend, leave them in the comments below. I would absolutely love to have some feedback on that. But again, I will update everybody once we are back. I will put my vlog up and you can see which books I was able to acquire. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please like this video if you did like it, and definitely subscribe, stick around. I got a lot more content coming, but I look forward to getting to know all of you. Have a great day. Bye.